Give it a minute. I'll put a post out on Swell on Facebook so people know that I'm live. I'm actually going straight direct from my computer, so there might be a little bit of stuttering on the video. So I'll apologise for that to start with. So we'll give it a minute. Let a few people get on, and if people can write a couple of comments to let me know that they can see me, but I don't want to go waffling on until we've got a few people on. Okay, I can see that they're building. Please hit the share button as well, because I need to make this clear. It matters not whether people like Robinson or dislike him. It's irrelevant. The very fact that they have waited for that perfect opportunity to nick him the way that he did is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. And why did they need? I think I counted 7 police officers. Why did they need 7 police officers? I mean, I watched most of his videos, and the guy's like this big. So why did you need 7 coppers? For what reason? What possible reason could you need 7 coppers for one man? And why was there a whole row of judges and police officers and Christ knows what else peering out the window? Why? Because they knew exactly what they were doing. They waited for the perfect opportunity. And what they waited for, I've got the actual case that they was talking about open right now. So don't be surprised if there's coppers come storming through my door any minute now. So this is the actual case, okay? Recap: 10 men deny 100 charges of rape and sexual abuse of girls in Huddersfield. The defendants were all arrested as part of Operation Tendersea and are due before Leeds Crown Court for a plea and case management hearing. The 10 men are due before Leeds Crown Court today, charged with a string of sex abuse offences against girls in Huddersfield. The men are among 29 people, including 2 women, who were arrested as part of the operation. They are accused of rape and sex abuse of girls in Huddersfield between 2004 and 2011. Among them is Amir Singh Diwali. So notice how they're quite comfortable whacking that one in there first, you know. Of Holly Road, Thornton Lodge, who is facing 54 charges, including 21 counts of rape. Others are charged with rape, trafficking, sexual assault, child abduction, and attempted rape. Our reporter, Stephanie Finnegan, is at court and will bring you live updates on plea and case management proceedings as and when they happen. Now, right underneath at the bottom of this, it says, reporting restrictions. We understand the trial will carry reporting restrictions which would only allow any reporting on conclusion of the case. If an order is raised, we will challenge it. Trial date set. The trial date has been set for the 8th of January. The 10 men have denied 100 charges of rape. Amir Singh Dhaliwal, I think that's his name, has pleaded not guilty to the following charges: rape times 21, supply of Class A drugs times 4, supply of Class B drugs, supply of controlled substances with intention to engage in sexual activity, trafficking female within the UK with a view to her sexual exploitation times 14, incite a child to engage in sexual activity times 5, sexual assault by penetration, sexual touching times 3, possession of indecent images of a child times 3, racially aggravated assault and incite a child into prostitution. Zabir Ahmed, 31, Blackmore Foot Road, Crossland Moor, pleaded not guilty to rape and possession of extreme pornography. Zahid Hassan, he pleaded not guilty to rape times 8, attempted rape, racially aggravated assault, administering a substance with intent, trafficking or sexual exploitation times 2, trafficking a child within the UK with a view to her sexual exploitation times 3, abduction of a child times 2, supplying a Class A drugs MDMA ×2. Mohammed Kamer, 33, Heaton Road, Paddock, pleaded not guilty to rape ×2. Narman Mohammed, he pleaded not guilty to trafficking and rape. Hamza Salim pleaded not guilty to trafficking a female within the UK with a view to her sexual exploitation ×3. Irfan Ahmed pleaded not guilty to trafficking a female within the UK with a view to her sexual exploitation ×6. Sexual touching, taking indecent images of a child and inciting a child to engage in sexual activity. Abdul Rahman, he pleaded not guilty to trafficking a female within the UK with a view to her sexual exploitation, sexual assault, rape, assault, occasioning actual bodily harm, supply of Class A drugs and supply of Class B drugs ×2. Mohammed Aslam, he pleaded not guilty to rape ×2. Raj Singh Basran, 33 Caldercliff Road, Bury Brown, he pleaded not guilty to sexual touching ×2 and rape. Mr. Hassan faces more charges. He also pleaded not guilty to trafficking children within the UK ×3, abduction of a child ×2, supplying a Class A drug, MDMA ×2. Zahid Hassan has come back into court and pleaded not guilty to the following charges: rape ×5, racially aggravated assault, administering a substance with intent and trafficking for sexual exploitation. Missing defendant has arrived. 9 of the 10 defendants who appeared had already pleaded not guilty to every charge when Zahid Hassan walked into the courtroom. He's going to consult with his solicitor now. This is as it's going on today. Narman Mohammed pleads not guilty to 1 count of trafficking a female within the UK with a view to her sexual exploitation and 1 count of rape. 1 of the 10 is not appearing. Zahid Hassan has not appeared in court today. Now, anybody else seeing something here? Is anybody seeing a pattern here? Rape a child, we protect. Report on the rape of a child, we arrest. The opportunity sadly was handed to them and they took it. They took that opportunity to make that arrest. Does anybody know the outcome of this case? I don't. I would like to know the outcome of this case. Anybody know? Or was this just to make their plea today? And they've all pleaded. Of course, they're all not guilty. Not one of them is guilty of any charges. But don't speak your mind because you're living in an Orwellian world. Free speech is gone. If this isn't a reason, I cannot for love or money understand why it is that the Marius March, which is the event is set up there. I'm trying to make this happen. I've got Baroness Cox coming out. I've got Rahil Raza coming out. Fawzia Rashid is going to be there. These women are not afraid to say these men are Muslim, and they targeted and trafficked predominantly white girls. So where are all these women? I do not understand it. My brain doesn't comprehend it. There's 260 have clicked on that they may be going. There should be 2,000 saying they are going. I don't know if people are getting their hair permed, maybe they're going to the poodle parlour. What's it going to take to get the women off their asses? Somebody please tell me what it's going to take. Because from where I'm sitting and from what I can see, there's an awful lot of women sit on Facebook, tap, 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 tapping. So why are they not on there going, I'll be there. I'll order a bear and I'll hold it high to represent every child that's been raped by these monsters. And I'll call it exactly as it is. Because apart from that Sikh guy, the rest were Muslim. All of them. And if I'm going to call the Sikh guy Sikh, I'm going to call the Muslims Muslim. And if the old bill want to come through my door and nick me for that, well, so be. I'll deal with it. Because don't you understand yet? It isn't just that we are witnessing your freedom of speech being taken away. What you are witnessing is actively Sharia law being imposed on every single woman of this country. How many dads out there right now, honestly, will say to their wives when they say, oh, I'm going to go out tonight. No, I'll take you. You're not getting a taxi, I'll take you. How many dads say to their daughter, no, 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 I'm not having you going there on your own. I'll take you. What does Sharia law say? Sharia law says you are not permitted to leave the household unless you are escorted by a male member of the family. You are all living under Sharia because you want to protect your women, and I get it. I understand it, and you're right to protect your women. Of course you are. But on the 20th of August, when I go to Down Street, there should be thousands of women. Thousands. No, it's not an anti-man march. No, I'm not saying men aren't welcome. I'm saying I want the women front and centre. I want the women up front. It is one thing to piss off the men. It is quite another when you piss off the women. And what exactly are they going to say? How dare you have a Muslim woman speak about the rape of young, predominantly white girls? How dare you have a non-Muslim Christian woman talk about Sharia law? It's about empowering the women of this country before we end up living in a Sharia law country. As Fawzia Rashid has said herself, if you do not stop Sharia law now, you will see gays hung. You will see them thrown off buildings. You will see public beheadings. You will see women lashed. You will see girls stoned for adultery. It will happen. Whether it happens today or tomorrow or next week, it will happen. Now, I can see there are some comments. I don't know what the comments are. Bear with me. As Veronica just said, they plead not guilty because they don't see any wrong. No, of course they don't. As far as they're concerned, they are in a state of jihad. They have the right to take back which their right and possesses. And no, before anybody comes on from the left, going, it's not all Muslims. I've never said it was. At any point have I ever said it's all Muslim men. But when you look, they were quick enough. If you look at the article, the Sikh guy's name, Buff, it's right there for you to all see. All the rest, much smaller as you come down. Because they're making an exhibition of the Sikh guy, because he's a Sikh. But do you know what? I'll call him a Sikh. That's what he is. Guarantee the likes of my friends like Gurnak Singh will turn around and say he's a Sikh guy. And we as Sikhs will turn around and say, do you know what? He's not welcome in our community. We don't want him. But just as he's a Sikh, they're Muslim. And I don't care if it offends the police. I don't care if it offends the left. It doesn't offend them as much as rape and abuse of children offends me. As I said, I've got a case going right now, which I cannot go into. I can't give details about, I can't talk about, I can't give any information on it. But believe you me, if people were to come and sit with these girls and talk to them. I've had women from Telford in touch with me. I've had women and girls from Rotherham in touch with me. I've had girls and women. There are now 78 towns and cities across the UK, mostly in England, where this is operating. And on the whole, they are Muslim men with the occasional Sikh and a few whites thrown in there and the occasional Somalis. Some Iraqis, some Kurds. But on the whole, predominantly Pakistani. Fact. These are facts. But don't you dare tell the truth. Don't you give facts. That leads to arrest. And from what I saw, and like I said, whether people like him or not is irrelevant. I sat and I watched it and I thought, of course, it's breach of the peace. Pretty certain he's not breaching any peace here. So then I went and looked for the article and I found the article and there's a non-reporting order put in place, okay? So basically, they're not allowed to actually report on this case until the conclusion. Does that make it right to arrest him with 7 strong coppers to 1? I mean, I'm sure, and I'm sure he ain't much bigger than me, probably about my size. But hey, permanently offended are offended. The judge looking out the window with a smile on his face, coppers all lining up to watch it. Oh, look at us, look, yeah, we're here. So why didn't you just ask him to put the camera down? Because you wanted the opportunity to nick him. You wanted it. You've waited for it. But I hope you all know, those who nicked him and those who asked for him to be nicked, because trust me, the Bobby on the street, he's just doing his job. The orders come from the hierarchy. And if anything happens to him while he's away, the blood will be on their hands. It will be on their hands. Do they really think this was the right way to deal with this situation? Seriously. Did they really think this was the right way to do it? Pretty certain it wasn't. Pretty certain it wasn't. But I tell you what, you know, when this case is finished and all the information, I will keep an eye on this. I'm going to follow this case step by step. I can't promise that I won't turn up outside that court with a camera myself. Because it can only shut so many of us down. And like I said again, there should be not 200 women or 200 people at that Maria's March. There should be 2,000 women, 3,000, 4,000 women. I do not understand. Please tell me, all the ladies out there, please tell me what it is you need to see before you stand up and you give a voice to those girls who don't have one. Please tell me what it is you need to see. Because I genuinely am at loss. I don't know. Does it have to be your daughter? My daughter? Your granddaughter? Does it have to be a member of your family before you'll get off of your asses? Are we women so weak that we can only march when men are there? Is that what it is? I'm genuinely confused. I'm confused. I do not understand why it is that there aren't 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 women from your grandma with a Blue Reach Brigade right the way up to your daughters and your granddaughters. There should be women in their tenfolds at that march. They should be there saying Sharia law has no place in this country, and damn right we will stand up to any rapists, be they BBC paedophiles, be they Muslim rape gangs. We will stand up to them all. We're not like the left. We don't stand up when it suits us and then take a seat. We will stand up to it all. Someone please tell me, why aren't you women off of your asses? I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm angry. I am angry. I am. I am angry. I am breaking my back to make this march happen because men, for so long I've heard men say, and where are the women on this? So I thought, okay, let's do this. The girls will get behind this. But you know what? The men are looking right. I said the men are the feminists of the world. Because in comparison to the number of men, to the number of women, it's quite frankly disgraceful. It's disgraceful. Sickens me. Absolutely sickens me. So, I will ask again. I'm going to put the link out for the march. Because do you know what? They can label all the men they want. And they'll strong arm them with their 7 officers. But the women of this country have had enough too. We are sick of it. I'm sick of seeing young girls whose hearts have been ripped out and stumped over. Their bodies have been damaged in ways unimaginable to most. And they are abused again and again and again and again. I guarantee every one of them scumbags on trial today has raped one girl 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 times or more. They should be tried for every time that that girl can remember. If she counts up to 200, charge him with 200 rapes. Not one rape. He's raped her multiple times. You charge him for all of them. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I do not understand, where are you women? Where are you? I don't get it. I've got a grandchild. I've got a granddaughter. But of course I'll stand up and I'll make my voice heard for my granddaughter. You're damn right I will. So why won't the women? I don't get it. I do not get it. Please tell me, what is it going to take? Will it take your little girl stumbling through your door with blood pouring out of her vagina? Is that what it's going to take? Will it take your daughter turning up battered and drugged, dumped in a street? Is that what it's going to take? I don't get it. We women are there. We're there to protect our young. Protect. So why isn't there hordes of women baying at the bit to be at the Marist March? I don't get it. I don't get it, and I'm disappointed, and I'm ashamed of every woman who doesn't have the gumption to stand up and be sodding well counted. I've said it before, and I will say it again. This is not a fight for the men alone. But there are ways and means. We have the way, we have the means. Get off your asses. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. And while we're at it, 23rd of June is the Brexit March. Get your asses out to that and all. Because until we get out of that crappy EU, we're screwed. Because they're going to flood this country with more and more raping scumbags. And I'm telling you now, I am telling you now quite categorically, there are women on here, I know there are women on here who are survivors of rape. I myself am a survivor of rape. To every man who tries to belittle me by saying it's not true, I don't give a shit what they think. I don't care. It takes a special kind of woman to stand up for the other women who cannot stand up for themselves. It takes a special kind of person to give a voice to those who do not have one. And I do not get why it is that you women are silent. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm frankly disgusted by it. I'm going to put the link out to the march. And I'll tell you what, I expect to see the numbers go through the roof, but I don't suppose they will. Because just like every live feed, you see, people sit and they watch it. And they tap away on the keyboards. Their moral foe outrage. We're behind you, Tony. But they won't get off their asses and be there. It's from Downing Street to Westminster. Baroness Cox will be there. Rahul Raza will be there. Dr. Roma Tahir will be there. Fozia Rashid will be there. I am an apostate woman coming on. I've got an Indian Christian woman coming on. I will be there. I will be there with testimonies from girls. Those girls will be there. You won't know who they are, but they're going to be there. And that's just a few, the very few. I help a minuscule amount in comparison to how many are out there. Minuscule amount. Trust me, if I could help them all, I would help them all. But for the few that I help, they need a voice. And quite frankly, I am disgusted with the minuscule numbers willing to give a voice to those girls. And I would defy any of you, to sit that girl down in front of her and tell her she doesn't matter enough to be there. Tell her she's not important enough. Tell her that it didn't happen to you. It's not hurting you. So therefore, she doesn't matter. But you see, she does matter to me. Each and every single one of them matter to me. Every woman I've never encountered who's gone through this matters to me. I don't care if it's the BBC raping. I don't care if it's Muslims raping, Sikhs raping, Catholic priests raping. Every child, every woman raped, I care about. But there is only one specific type right now, raping en masse and targeting predominantly white girls. And it's predominantly Pakistani Muslims. And I do believe the one they were going into the court, they were shouting things like, I'll rape your mama, I'll rape your father, I'll rape your brother, I'll rape your sister. Great, that's all you've got. Rape. But I've seen the devastation. I've seen it. And I cannot sit there any longer. And I'm telling you now, if you are one of those people who type on my Facebook your moral faux outrage, your pretend outrage, if you ain't going to be there, don't comment. Your opinion's not wanted or welcome. Now, I know that I've got a lot of people in America, I've got a lot of people in Canada. I don't expect people to fly from Canada and America. But I do have people coming from the Netherlands. If they can fly, if Rahil can fly from Canada, don't tell me you can't get to Downing Street and walk to Westminster. I've done it during the summer holidays so you can bring your children if you need to. I'll have security. But we live in an apathetic country, in an apathetic way. And your apathy is your downfall. Your apathy is their weapon. And your apathy is rape. Because whenever you are apathetic, you ignore the reality that these girls and boys have to go through every single sodding day. So I'm asking you all, especially the women, we're going to share the event out. I'd like to see the numbers rise. And if I don't, I'll be there. Because unlike a lot of people, I do care. I do pick up the pieces as best I can. So I do need the women off their asses. And not, as I said, I'm not anti-man. And I'm not saying that men aren't welcome. That is not what I'm saying at all. But I need a strong feminine presence. I need a message to the hard left that they do not speak for me. They do not speak for these girls. And they do not speak for Muslim women abused by Sharia law in this country. And that actually the new dawn of the suffragettes is right here. And we're bringing it right to your doorstep. Only then can we build it, get it bigger, and actually bring that capital city to a standstill. You bring enough people, you keep shutting down the capital city, you affect business and commerce and trading. You watch the government buckle then. But until you lot can get organised and stop looking for a fist fight on what honestly, it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. You don't do it. A fist fight is not what's going to win this. This is what's going to win this. Mind and heart, body and soul. So for now, everybody, I swear if I can't see these women's numbers coming up, I will be so disappointed. But by the same token, if you are yourself a victim and you need a voice, you need support, you need somebody who will not only listen but believe you, then you can go to marias.org.uk Also, people, please start using the hashtag if you use any social media with your bear and hashtag dare to care for a bear. That money could be the difference between me getting to a girl and not getting a girl. It could be the difference between me getting an apostate out and somewhere safe. It could be the difference between me being able to travel and sit with these girls on a regular basis. And like I said, the few that I help is minuscule. But those that are needed are a huge industrial scam. And if that is not enough to get the women off their asses, then I'm frankly ashamed of every woman who says she gives a shit. If you give a shit, stand up, be counted, take no prisoners in regards to your voices. Jesus Christ, take your nick and we'll all sit down. I don't care how we do it, but let's do it. But the fact is, they waited for the opportunity to arrest him, and it took 7 of them. 7. Take a hell of a lot more to arrest that many women. Just saying. For now, be good, stay safe. I'll catch you all later. Bye.